Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today I want to look at a fragrance from the house of Dunhill. And I haven't done a Dunhill review in a while, but this is a newer one that a lot of people on YouTube are excited about, so I thought I would check it out as well. It's called Dunhill Icon. This is a 2 ml sample. I actually got 4 of these samples off of eBay, and the cost was like $5. So 8 mLs for about $5. I thought that was a really good deal for samples. So yeah, I picked up 4 samples. This is the last of my samples here, just about enough for tonight when I go to work. So I'll finish that off, move on to something else. But let me give you my impressions of Dunhill Icon. First of all, let's look at the notes. Top notes include neroli, absolute, Italian bergamot, racy black pepper, and Tunisian penitgreen. Heart notes of Provence lavender, cardamom absolute, silver sage, and juniper tonic. And finally in the base we have orris, leather accord, chic vetiver, smoky oud wood, and plush oak moss. So when I first apply this fragrance, right off the bat, you get hit with that neroli. Neroli is actually sort of like a floral citrus note, a very Italian-like citrus note. It's an oil that comes from the oil of a certain orange flower. So usually neroli fragrances have a very classy Italian feel to them, very elegant, refined, and this fragrance definitely has that same feel to it. If you've ever smelled like Acqua di Parma, Colonia type fragrances, some of the Zegna Essenza line that recently came out, this one, kind of falls in that category. Classic, refined, elegant Italian feel. And after it starts to settle in a little bit, then maybe some of the other notes start to peek through a little bit. You will pick up on some leather here in the base, so it's sort of a light, almost like a brown suede leathery base there, blended with the neroli. Maybe some lavender there, maybe some spice there. Spice seems to be pretty light. So overall, my impressions is it's a pretty nice fragrance. Pretty similar, like I said, to other neroli fragrances I've smelled before. I think this one is less bright than a lot of other neroli fragrances. I think a lot of the neroli fragrances are very bright because the neroli seems to be very overpowering. And here, I think the neroli does tame down a good bit once it's on your skin for about a minute or so. So if you're looking for a less bright neroli fragrance, this one might be worth checking out. Or if you just need a budget neroli fragrance for your collection, I mean, you can get the bottle of this one for about $50 for the 100 ml. So it's a budget neroli fragrance. A lot of the neroli fragrances out there are kind of like more niche or exclusive type blends, and can be a bit pricey. So this one's a good way for someone that likes neroli to have a neroli in their collection for about $50. So that's a very fair price for that one. But let me get into my final scores here. The smell, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10 for smell. The reason I'm kind of indifferent about it, I'm not a big fan of neroli for some reason. I think it's a nice note, but it just, I like the other citrus notes better, I think, like pineapple, lemon, orange. Something about neroli, I guess I'm just kind of overwhelmed by it by now, and I just don't really love it as much as some people do. So, but if you like neroli a lot, I think you'll like this fragrance more than I do. Versatility, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. I think you could wear this as a signature scent, but I think it really does shine best in the spring and summertime. That neroli is such a bright citrus that it does basically demand to be worn during the summer and springtime. Uniqueness, 7 out of 10. Like I said, anything with neroli in it will remind you of this a bit. But this one does have a lot of notes in it, although I'm not sure I can pick up on all of them. Just mostly the neroli, the leather, maybe a little spice and lavender. Projection longevity, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. Actually, after an hour or so, this one seemed to get very close to the skin. But, I think it does linger for a bit, but it's not really as strong as a lot of fragrances out there, in my opinion. price point, like I said, $50 for the 100 ml. So overall, I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. If you're looking for a nice neroli budget fragrance, this one's pretty good. I think it did remind me a little bit of Mancera's Cedrat Poise at one point, I think because of the way it blended leather and citrus tones. But this one, instead of going with a sexy black currant pineapple, it's more of a business-like neroli. So this one, I think, is more of like the suit and tie guy business type thing, more so than the compliment getting sexy type fragrance. So if that's what you're looking for, business-like, elegant, check this one out if you're a fan of neroli. So that's my thoughts. And I'll talk to you guys later.